The film opens with a man known only as Nobody, a middle-aged figure who arrives at a luxurious vacation home in a remote area of Ojai, California. The sprawling estate sits at the edge of an orange grove, offering a sense of isolation that almost seems too perfect. The home itself is pristine and beautifully furnished, an epitome of wealth and privilege. Nobody, appearing calm and at ease, strolls around the house as if he's been there before. He inspects the lavish decor and even helps himself to a drink, lounging by the pool as he takes in the surroundings. He seems familiar with the property, as though he's been inside the house previously, though his reasons for being there remain unclear. While in the house, Nobody discovers a stash of cash in a drawer and a luxurious Rolex watch. He takes his time admiring the items, examining the wealth that is within his grasp. The house exudes opulence, and his casual exploration suggests a man trying to figure out whether or not he can take what's there, as though contemplating a crime of opportunity. However, Nobody's peaceful moment of calm quickly turns to panic when the owners of the home, a tech mogul known as the CEO and his wife, return from their trip earlier than expected. They are shocked to find him inside their home, and the tension begins to rise. The couple, taken aback by the unexpected intrusion, quickly confront Nobody. He locks them in the sauna as he attempts to leave the house, hoping to make a quick escape. But as he exits the house, he notices the security cameras positioned around the property. This realization shatters his calm demeanor, and he realizes that his face may have been caught on film, which could expose him if the authorities are contacted. In a panic, Nobody returns to the house to face the couple again, understanding that his previous plan may have failed. The CEO, a composed and powerful man, remains unfazed by the situation. He calmly offers Nobody a deal, $500,000 in exchange for his silence, allowing Nobody to leave the house the next day without any further complications. The CEO assures him that the money will be ready by the following morning. Despite his misgivings and the discomfort of the situation, Nobody reluctantly agrees to the deal, though it's clear that the underlying tension between the two men remains. With the offer of money, but no immediate escape, the three of them are forced to spend the night together in the house, an uncomfortable reality for all parties involved. As the hours pass, the atmosphere becomes more and more strained. The CEO reveals that he made his fortune through a tech company responsible for a controversial algorithm that has caused the mass firing of thousands of workers. He speaks with cold indifference about the people whose lives have been upended by his company's actions. Nobody, realizing that he may have been one of those affected by the algorithm, grows more uncomfortable, but he says nothing. His growing sense of unease is evident, but he hides it under a calm exterior. Meanwhile, the wife speaks candidly about her dissatisfaction with her life. Despite being married to a wealthy CEO, she feels emotionally empty and trapped by her lavish lifestyle. She admits that she's lost all sense of connection to her husband and feels suffocated by the life he has built for them. The conversation is heavy with bitterness, and it becomes apparent that their marriage has become more of a business arrangement than a loving partnership. The CEO, ever the businessman, seems largely indifferent to her feelings, focusing instead on the logistics of the situation with Nobody. Their conversation reveals cracks in their marriage, and the coldness between them is palpable. As the night stretches on, the sense of unease between the three of them intensifies. Nobody, feeling more and more like an outsider, tries to retreat into the privacy of his own thoughts. He watches the couple interact, and it becomes clear that the wife is not just disillusioned with her husband, but is also growing more interested in Nobody. Her actions become more flirtatious, though Nobody remains largely distant and cold toward her advances. His growing paranoia becomes evident as he tries to figure out what the CEO and his wife truly want from him. The tension in the room is palpable, and every conversation feels like a game of chess, with everyone trying to outmaneuver each other. A new character enters the picture, Raphael, the gardener. He arrives to tend to the grounds, completely unaware of the tense situation inside the house. His arrival adds another layer of complication to the already chaotic situation. As he moves through the house, Raphael stumbles upon a note, hastily scrawled with the words, "Call 911." His discovery shakes the others, and nobody, already on edge, grows more frantic. The situation is starting to unravel in front of him, and he feels the walls closing in. When Raphael attempts to leave the property, things take a violent turn. In a desperate bid to keep the situation under control, nobody engages in a violent confrontation with Raphael. During the struggle, Raphael trips and falls through a glass door, severely injuring himself. The accident increases the stakes, turning the house into an even more dangerous environment. The CEO continues to stay remarkably calm in the face of the chaos, attempting to keep things in check, while the wife grows visibly agitated. The damage has been done, and the night continues with the three of them trapped in a web of tension, violence, and distrust. As the night drags on, the wife makes a pivotal decision. She retrieves the money from its hidden spot and decides not to go through with the original plan. Instead, she returns to the house and informs nobody that she will not honor the deal. Nobody's discomfort is now at its peak, and he becomes more erratic as the situation becomes more dangerous. But things take a shocking turn when the wife frees herself from the restraints that nobody had put her in. With a chilling calmness, she grabs a heavy sculpture and kills nobody in a brutal act of violence. The wife doesn't stop there. In a swift and calculated move, she shoots her husband, the CEO, and frames nobody for both murders. She places the gun in his hand, making it appear as though he killed them both in a fit of rage. With the deed done, she takes the bag of money, an emblem of the wealth and power that has defined her life, and leaves the house in a quick and quiet exit. The film's final moments are tense and ambiguous, leaving the audience with more questions than answers. The wife's motives remain unclear, and her actions, though brutal, are shown as a desperate attempt to escape from the constraints of her life. The film does not offer clear closure, leaving the viewer to question the nature of her freedom. Was her decision to kill her husband and frame nobody an act of revenge, a quest for liberation, or a cold, calculated move to seize control of her own destiny? The ambiguity of the ending invites the audience to interpret the motivations of the characters and the true cost of their decisions. In the final shot, the camera lingers on the now empty house, the symbol of the life the wife left behind. The film ends with a chilling sense of ambiguity, leaving the moral implications of her actions open to interpretation. The CEO, though a figure of power and wealth, has been undone by his own indifference and emotional distance, while nobody, whose name remains unknown throughout the film, is ultimately a pawn in the larger game of survival and escape. Windfall explores themes of power, greed, betrayal, and the lengths people will go to for freedom. The film's ambiguous conclusion leaves the audience to grapple with the moral complexities of the characters' actions. It's a study of the human condition, where motives are never clear-cut, and the consequences of one's choices can be far-reaching and unpredictable. With a strong sense of tension, a morally ambiguous protagonist, and a shocking conclusion, Windfall leaves an impression long after the credits roll, forcing viewers to question the true nature of the characters and the cost of liberation. Overall, it's a film that lingers with you because of its moral complexity and its bleak, suspenseful atmosphere. If you're a fan of thrillers that challenge your perceptions and leave you thinking, Windfall is definitely worth a watch.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.